Okay, so this is paper 2 for 2024 higher level maths leaving cert deferred paper 2 question 1. So in question 1, let's see, the vertices of the triangle PQR, P is 6, 5, Q 4 minus 3 and R 10 minus 3. So we're given a triangle here. We just got to find the midpoint of PQ. It's a very simple question. So the midpoint you can get from your tables. It's just the average of the x's, so it's x1 plus x2 over 2, and the average of the y's, y1 plus y2 over 2. So in our case, let's see, we want the midpoint of PQ. So we got P as 6, 5, and we've got Q as 4 minus 3. So we can call these x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's just put those numbers into our formula. So it's 6 plus 4 over 2, and it is 5 minus 3 over 2. So the midpoint then of P and Q, the midpoint is 6 plus 4, 10. 10 divided by 2, 5, and then 5 minus 3, 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. So our midpoint is 5, 1. Okay, so this is part 2. Hence or otherwise find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So we want to find the perpendicular bisector of this line segment here. So we want to find the equation of a line that goes this way through the point 5, 1. So in order to find the equation of a straight line or perpendicular bisector, you need a point and the slope. We have a point, we don't have the slope. However, we can find the slope of this line here, PQ. Once we do that, all we've got to do is flip it upside down and change the sign. Okay, so we need to find the slope of PQ. So the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's minus 3 minus 5 over 4 minus 6, which is minus 8 over minus 2, which is 4. So therefore the perpendicular slope is just going to be minus 1 over 4. This is 4 over 1, just flip it upside down and change the sign. The equation of our perpendicular bisector is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So it's going to be y minus, remember the point on the perpendicular bisector is 5, 1. So this is our x1, this is our y1 in this particular case. So it is 1 here, or minus 1, and then m is minus 1 over 4, x minus 5. So multiply both sides by 4, so it's 4 times y minus 1 is equal to minus 1 times x minus 5. Then just multiply out the bracket, so it's 4y minus 4 is equal to minus x plus 5. Bring everything over to one side. X plus 4y minus 9 is equal to 0. This is the equation of our perpendicular bisector. Okay, let's look at part 3. Hence find the coordinates of the circumcenter of the triangle PQR. That is the point where the perpendicular bisectors of the sides meet. Okay, so there are a couple of ways of doing this. We already have the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So you have a line that looks maybe something like that. So what we need to do is find the equation of maybe this perpendicular bisector and then do simultaneous equations to find this point here. Or we can do this one here and find that point there. The longer way of doing this would be to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of this line. We would really just need to do what we've just done in the first two sections and then do simultaneous equations on our two perpendicular bisector equations. However, a quicker way of doing it would be to notice here that the y coordinates of these 2 points here are the same. In other words, this line here is horizontal. So the equation of a perpendicular bisector of that line segment, maybe there somewhere, is vertical. So the equation of that vertical line would be in the form x is equal to some number. So this is going to be an easier way of doing it. So because this line is horizontal, all we've got to do is find the number that's halfway between 4 and 10. In other words, add 10 and 4, you get 14, divide by 2, and what you're going to get is 7. So the equation of that vertical line is just x is equal to 7. So once we know that, it's a lot easier to find this point here, to find the coordinates of that point. So let's work through that. So we know that the equation of our vertical line is x is equal to 7. We also know the equation of our perpendicular bisector of PQ is x plus 4y minus 9 is equal to 0. So all we've really got to do is put this in here to work out our y value. So that's going to be 7 plus 4y minus 9 is equal to 0. So that'll give us 7 minus 9 is minus 2 plus 4y is equal to 0, or just 4y is equal to 2, or y is equal to half. Now we were asked to find the coordinates of the circumcenter, so the coordinates of our circumcenter, our answer in other words, is x is equal to 7 and y is equal to half. They're the coordinates of our circumcenter of our triangle. Okay, let's look at part B for this question. The line AB intersects the x-axis at A and the y-axis at B. The point minus 6, 2 is the midpoint of AB. Find the coordinates of A and B. Okay, so let's just quickly draw that. We've got our y-axis and x-axis. So just roughly we have a line AB intersects the x-axis at A and the y-axis at B. The midpoint is minus 6, 2. So let's say it's, I don't know, there. So our line would look maybe something like this, roughly halfway. So it intersects the x-axis at A, so this would be A here. The coordinates of this point here are going to be x0, and then up here, this point here is going to be 0, y. Some value y, some value x here. This point here in the middle is minus 6, 2. So this is the midpoint of these 2 points here. So all we've got to do is use our midpoint formula. Remember our midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So in our case, our midpoint here, x is minus 6. So minus 6 is going to be equal to x, this x value here, plus this x value here over 2. And our y value, this 2 here, is equal to 0 plus this y value here divided by 2. So 0 plus y over 2. So multiply both sides here by 2 and we get minus 12 is equal to x. Multiply both sides by 2 here and we get 4 is equal to y. So our answer then is our A value is x, which is minus 12, and y value is 0. And our B is 0, 4. That's it for question 1.